Hello, and welcome back to this channel. Today's gonna be an incredibly busy video because we're gonna be planting a lot of plants today. Now, I've been looking at the radar, the forecast for the next 2 weeks, and spring is basically here. We barely go into the freezing temperatures once at night throughout the next 2 weeks, which is amazing because I'm a big fan of spring. Now, the last frost here is gonna be April 13th. Yes, I think. I might have to correct that later in today's video, but I think it's April 13th. So, pretty much what we're going to be doing is we're going to be planting a lot of plants. What plants you're probably asking, I have no clue. I really need to go through and kind of pick the ones that really do need to be planted at some point this week, especially today. So before we do go ahead and start today's video, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you know ever do, and please like this video. Let's go ahead and start today's video. All right, so it looks like we're just going to be planting flowers today. We have a lot of ones, zinnias, even more zinnias, marigolds, that's a really good variety, cosmos, daisies, and California poppy seeds. That's all for flowers. But I'm also looking through these also, and pretty much every single one besides peas and a few other things I'll be germinating in here. But I'm trying to decide how I want to germinate stuff, because the thing is, once it starts growing in here, it's growing in here. Because either I could start it now and then it's going to be growing in here for a few weeks, or I could start it like a week and a half before it does go outside. It could grow a little bit, kind of grow a little bit bigger than this, and then once it has a pretty good root structure down, I could just move it from this tray directly outside. So I'm thinking I'm going to just do that, and I'm going to do that with the carrots, the bunching onions, and just germinate it inside. Same thing with the melons. We have a ton of pumpkins, so I'll be doing that too. And then a lot of other stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and start preparing really quickly because I do have a lot of other stuff planned for today's video for preparing for spring, and I do have one of the final setups, pretty much the idea of where everything's going to go this year. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting these ready to be planted in the pots, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so here's what the plant is. I've so far gotten everything ready. I actually already did this, and this is going to be zinnias. Then I have two different seeds right here. One is going to be zinnias, more of them, and then I'm going to do marigolds. Both of these are very good varieties, so I'm very excited to do this. I do have a ton more seeds, but there's so many seeds in both of those two packets. I don't think it's really worth it to put everything in this, so I'm going to do a second tray after this also, to just try to get as many flower plants as possible for the garden outside. And then, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to kind of just grab it. You can see all the seeds in there. I'm just going to try to dump as much down in my hand as possible. Yeah, why not the entire thing? And then there's no perfect way to do this. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it throughout the tray. If you have noticed, I actually pressed down on the tray a little bit too, to hopefully help with this. I'm going to try a new way and go like this. This isn't the most productive, but I'm not planning to reuse these seeds, and what grows right here is what's going to be for the season. So I'm just going to lay down all the seeds, might as well. And a lot of these will be transplanted into bigger pots too. And some stuff will grow, most stuff will. So definitely overdid those seeds crazily. Just massively overdid the seeds. But at the end of the day, it should still be fine. Very, very excited for this kind. I'm just going to kind of move some stuff around, and then I got this soil that I'm just going to sprinkle throughout all of it. And then I'm just going to try to pat it all down, and then I'll do the same thing with pretty much all of them. All the ones you see, I'm going to have a few seeds in there, but it's all fine at the end of the day. And then just pat everything down as good as I can possibly get it. And then I don't want to bring any more seeds off. So for now, that is about good. I have one seed that I can spot from right there, so I'll take that out. But there's that. We already have half of it done. I'll go through it a little bit more and water it later on as the day goes by. And then we can go ahead and start with marigolds. But you already know how I'm going to plant these. So I'm going to go ahead and do everything, and I'll see you guys in a second once they're already on the shelf. Check this out. It's feeding time for the shrimp and fish right now. There's a shrimp right there, and you can actually see the food in its stomach. That is so cool. Well, speaking of that, I've also finished everything from germinating everything. Also, kind of what I was saying a second ago, is I'm tempted to go ahead and plant some stuff outside already, but I'm not. I really want to take you guys outside and talk to you guys about kind of what I'm thinking about for the setup and where I'm going to be planting everything. So I did end up planting all of this. Everything's watered. Some things got watered more than others. But very, very excited about this, and it should take it should take about a week before these do start to germinate, and I'll be germinating everything else this exact way. And yeah, so that's pretty much what we're going to be doing now. I'll see you guys in a second once I get outside. All right, so today's I want to say the high for today it's in the 70s. I think it's 72 for the high today. It's about 71 right now. But a lot of stuff is going good. I ended up flooding this area the other day to kind of get it ready to be ready to kind of just lay stuff out. So I'm going to probably take all the mulch off whatsoever. And I might try to till it. The soil in it it's just gross soil. So I might try to dig some of it up and just try to get rid of it and throw some of that really good soil in it, maybe till it into it. But a lot of stuff is good. If you guys saw my video yesterday I made, I was actually working with the strawberries and I actually cleaned them up. So I want to show you guys how these are so far. It's a little windy too. So I really do need to kind of go through these and eventually add a lot more, because really a lot of them didn't really grow that well. So very disappointed there, but a lot of these are hopefully going to start producing strawberries this summer. But they're definitely starting to grow leaves, so that means they're living, which is really, really good. But I will say, something I really want to do this year is have some stuff right here. Now, we've been doing chalk lately because it's been so warm. I really need to go through this, power wash it first. But I just ordered these giant fabric rectangle pots. It's kind of divided into about 6 different sections, so that will give me a lot of space to plant random stuff throughout there. I'm thinking I'm going to do a lot of herbs, just more of a herb and just a good garden. I might plant some flowers in there too, but I really do want to plant a ton of those fabric pots around here. I'm going to be planting a lot of different stuff throughout here. One big thing I really want to do is potatoes, and I'm going to be doing something on top of the potatoes in the beginning to try and get those to do as good as possible. Sounds like it's about to get really windy. Interesting. So this area, just kind of talking about this soil. This soil does look really, really bad, so I might just try to take the shovel through it. Maybe I might do that throughout this week. Try to do it maybe 200 times. Just try to take it, the shovel, try to loosen the soil as much as possible. The grass is starting to grow, so that's exciting. Yeah, it's about to get really windy. So this pile has really been mixed up. It has been frozen for quite some time, but today I actually just grabbed a shovel and just tested to see if it was still frozen. A little bit at the very bottom is still frozen, so kind of what I've been doing is just dragging stuff here and there, trying to let that frozen layer thaw out. So I really need to do that. But kind of just walking around the yard really quick. I don't think I'm really going to do anything in the grass because the grass is just beautiful already how it is. I might. Well, the problem is I would plant some stuff. The only thing that I would plant out here is either going to be like a fabric pot, but we do, when our mowers do come over and mow every like week or so, I'm really nervous that when they take the weeder around and try to trim up corners, they're going to take it around that pot and like just absolutely destroy the outer layer and just cut it up. So I'm thinking I might go to the store and try to get kind of like that pot over there. Maybe move one of these pots out here, plant like some beautiful flowers like in the middle or something. But right here, this is gonna pretty much what I was saying is I'm thinking, if you guys saw the channel last year when we did that beautiful garden, I think those bigger fields I'm gonna do the same thing. I might change some stuff up here and there, but I think I'm gonna do the tomatoes right here again, and I think I'm mainly gonna do just a lot of tomatoes in that area. I really do want to plant a lot more stuff over here that I do think I will like a lot more, like a ton of peas. I just bought another pound of seeds too. Then what I was saying also is this area does get a lot of sun, and pumpkins need sun. They don't need anything like just like blinding, just like that over there. Like the strawberries get a ton of sun all day, so that's really good for those. But over here we did plant a lot of tomatoes. You can, or not tomatoes, pumpkins, and you can actually see the vines. They ended up, it just was a really bad season. So I'm trying to figure out some alternatives I could do to try and hopefully get a pretty good harvest. Some things I'm thinking is one of the things was when we did plant down the seeds, they didn't germinate. So I think I'm going to germinate everything indoors. I'm going to plant a field right here of just a ton of stuff. And then going over here, this area is already taken up. There's a ton of bulbs throughout here that will hopefully start growing pretty soon. And it is getting really windy once again. Let's go ahead and open up that gate and go to the side. Wow, it is really windy. Okay, so this side is going to be very, very fun. And the reason why I say that is because this gives a lot of good opportunities to really do a lot of fun stuff. If you guys saw the channel last year, you can actually still see the lines from the peppers we did. This was our pepper field. We had 3 different rows of 3 different kinds of peppers. Very, very windy day. I should have done this yesterday. So this area is really, really good. I might plant some stuff right here because this used to be a really good plant, but it ended up dying out, sadly. But I'm thinking something that could be good is I'm not going to do peppers because the pepper season wasn't that great. So I might do a row of tomatoes right here and maybe do a row of peppers. I'm thinking tomatoes would be really good. And then I might so we do have tarp down to kind of solve flooding because a lot of just this area just gets soaked, and then we have all this soil starting to run to the very bottom. We had some really bad winter storms last year, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. I might actually grab a pot or 2 and kind of put it on top of the plastic here and there. I think that could be really, really cool also. And I might do a little flower garden over here. That might be really, really fun. So I'm trying to think of a lot of alternatives of where I could grow everything in so many different spaces. I might try that, but for now, I'm still kind of planning that area out, and all the time, just every day as I walk around the yard constantly, I always have new ideas. And actually, some of those ideas I just explained was what I actually just came up with a second ago. So very, very, very windy. This spot back here would be very, very fun, especially the patio over here. I really do need to grab a shovel and mix this up, but I'll probably do that off camera. I need to just go through the yard, try to till some spots that I'm going to be planting stuff. I'm going to be planting a lot of cucumbers in the front. I'm not a big fan of cucumbers, so I might just grow those and donate them to like a church or something. And then, yeah, this will also be a really good experience because I've never really worked with strawberries fully growing them. I've gotten strawberries from strawberry plants before, but it'll just be very interesting to see this. I've only gotten one strawberry and one strawberry only. I actually did a short on the channel. if you guys do want to check that out. But yeah, it'll be a very, very fun season. Very, very excited, and very, very excited to just really learn a lot of stuff. I don't have everything in mind of where I'm going to be planting everything exactly, but I know I want to plant peppers throughout this. I ended up planting peppers in that pot right there, and once those plants died out, I ended up putting a different plant in it, and you can kind of see it dried up right there. So I'll probably harvest that later, either today or something, get that pot ready. And then I did order everything that will be going in the garden, from tools to pots. So I might be installing everything the end of this week. Everything's still on the way, so we'll just see how stuff does. And yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video. If you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so do not miss our video, and please like this video. I really do want to thank you all so incredibly much for watching today's video and supporting the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.